Hello there, my very good friends. On today's wrestling news, Tommaso Ciampa's big WWE moment was almost even bigger.
A major WWE return is coming soon to Friday Night SmackDown.
We got the insane reason WWE made LA Knight a manager.
And Ricochet confirms all of our suspicions about Vince McMahon and WWE Creative. I'm Adam Wilborn.
And I'm Andy Murray.
And this is the news.
It's been a while, but we're back together. There we go.
This.
Best time of all time, Tommaso Ciampa in the background. He almost had the best time of all time on Raw.
Oh, right.
Because he was due to wrestle Seth Rollins for the world title.
God damn it.
God darn it. This is a new report coming from Fightful Select, so that you've missed all this crap.
It's been so nice.
Shockingly, Vince made a bunch of changes to this week's episode of Raw. We didn't cover that on the video because I'm frankly bored of that stuff. However, this is a pretty big and notable one, and I wanted to go over it. So Ciampa returned on Raw. He was just wrestled The Miz. It wasn't announced or anything like that. Seth Rollins was supposed to do an open challenge. He came down. He got beaten up by Finn Balor. Right. He could not compete. The Miz came down and was like, I was going to answer that challenge. And then he just wrestled Ciampa, who was returning, got a big pop. It was nice. It was a good time. Obviously, it makes a little bit of sense because they were aligned. Yeah. And the narrative was the Miz didn't call Ciampa while he was injured for 9 months. So it was a nice return, certainly, but it was almost a lot bigger because Fightful Select have noted that Ciampa was actually going to wrestle Seth as the open challenge opponent for the World Heavyweight title. They were going to get a lot of time and it was going to go to some kind of non-finish. So Ciampa wasn't just going to get beaten on his first match back. But they ended up changing things, and this was a Vince McMahon move. Apparently the people who were going to be involved in that match were up for it, and they were frustrated when it got changed away from that, because that's a lot better than Ciampa versus The Miz, which was perfectly okay, don't get me wrong, I'm not blasting it or anything, but this version is a lot more compelling to me. So a DIY reunion has obviously been mentioned for Ciampa and Johnny Gargano. Gargano was in the building. Gargano was in the building on Raw. It was in his hometown, but they didn't use him on TV. I'll blame Vince for that one as well. Why the hell not, stupid old prick. But yeah, there you go. Ciampa almost had the world title shot. They didn't end up doing it. He wrestled The Miz instead. Sounds like, Vince is yep. Yeah,
I've been away for a week and I see that literally nothing's changed and Vince is still ruining Triple H's fun when it comes to NXT, guys.
Yeah, absolutely. It's
a shame. Admittedly, a non-finish I would have moaned about that just as much probably, or if he'd come in and lost. But yeah, he's bloody brilliant, Tommy Ciampa. So how about we give him a bit more of a push than a big win over The Miz.
Beard man beats Miz. Let us know what you think down below. Would you have preferred the world title match? Did you prefer the current version that we got? Do you want to see DIY back together? Ciampa, let us know.
And moving on, let us know how you feel about a major WWE return that I can actually give you the precise date of. We talked about speculation around this before, but Carlito is coming back to WWE full-time, and according to PW Insider Elite, he is heading to SmackDown on the Friday the 7th of July episode, which comes from Madison Square Garden. It's the post-Money in the Bank episode of SmackDown, of course. First time he's going to be a full-timer since 2010. Of course, he appeared at Backlash in 2023, that's this year. To a heat pep in Puerto Rico. Obviously involvement in that LWO storyline. No word on whether that's what he's going to be featured in going forward. But yeah, people are going to get apple spit in their face, and I like it.
Yeah, it's back. The Puerto Rico reaction was incredible. Obviously that crowd was like best of the year.
Yeah, and go back there.
Yeah, every single year. Why not?
Do Raw there every week for me.
Yeah, do it every day. Carlito, interesting guy to evaluate over the years because he's been out of WWE for so long. Yeah. But he had obviously the Rumble in 2021. Yeah. Last week, I think Dave Meltzer reported that he'd pulled out some indie dates and told the promoters he was going back to WWE. So now we have an exact date. It's 2 weeks from now. He's going to be on SmackDown. You would just put him in the LWO, wouldn't you? Yeah. Because he's affiliated with them from that angle. Why the heck not?
The best version of the LWO I've ever seen.
Yeah, it was a low bar from the WCW version, but the WWE version's fun. Should be really good. He should be subscribed to the LWO, and you guys should be subscribed to the channel if you want. That'd be nice. Well, thank you for everyone who does.
Subscribe to WhatCulture Wrestling Podcast whilst you're at it. Go on.
Yeah, just to hit buttons every day, man, like a robot. LA Knight. That's quite appropriate because his entrance music goes LA Knight like a robot. Remember he was a manager, Max Dupree, all that stuff?
Yeah, I mean, I had fun with it, but we all
too.
knew he shouldn't have been doing it.
It was bittersweet for me because I thought it was great, but it was also...
He talked into people's necks.
It was really great. You just gave me the tingles, like ASMR. But like he was really good at it, obviously.
Because he is great.
The bitter part of it was like he should be doing more. And now he's doing more and he's really over and it's good. So it was justified in the end, of course. Do you want to know why they put him in that role?
Why?
Why they made him a manager, why he wasn't wrestling, why he was Max Dupree all of a sudden?
Oh, because Vince McMahon hasn't got a fucking clue in how to book wrestling in 2023.
Technically correct. Vince McMahon thought he was too old to be a wrestler. Do you know how old he is?
How old is he?
Do you want to know how old LA Knight is?
Right, I've got a follow-up question immediately after you tell me this.
He's basically a dinosaur.
Right.
He's a fossil of a man. Barely able to move, just a complete wreck, gathering dust. 40 years old.
How old's Edge? How old's AJ Styles?
Exactly. Roman Reigns.
You're a dumbass.
Roman Reigns is 38, by the way.
Yeah. God, what a
gap!
he
What an age gap there.
I look like that when I'm 38.
Oh man, I haven't looked. I didn't look like that when I was 21. He had this interview here, LA Knight, with Alex McCarthy of the Daily Mail. Shouts to Alex. Daily Mail. Sorry, Alex. But he was kind of talking about his crowd reactions and the stuff that happened. I'll read a quote. It was organic, real stuff happening. I come up for a dark match. I get the attention of the right people. Hey, who's this guy? But then when the age thing comes up, oh no, he's 40, danger. But I'm not the average 40-year-old. I haven't gone through the ringer. I haven't had a bunch of surgeries or injuries. Knock on wood. I've lived a good youthful life in a certain sense, and I've taken care of myself in a way that I would say most don't. And he went on a little bit and said that he actually had some conversations with Triple H when he was like, hey, can I just be me again? And then that happened, and Vince typecast him as Max Dupree, a manager, in like May. Triple H obviously took over creative in July, and a couple of months later he became LA Knight. He's really over. From the same genius creative mind that brought you Keith Lee with Adam Cole as his man. 40 years old! That's completely absurd. 40 years old is like your wrestling prime.
Yeah.
That's when the mind catches up with the body and you're in perfect equilibrium.
Yeah, he's not given any indication. Like, he did time in NXT and he didn't, as far as I can remember, miss any major time due to injury to give any sort of like, oh, that's a bit of a red flag there. And also, you and the Dadleys, who are far more knowledgeable about wrestling.
Both of them are older than LA Knight as well.
Often talk about like wrestler age in terms of how much the audience, like Randy Orton's wrestler age is huge because we've been watching him since he was like 24 or something, whereas LA Knight is brand new to a lot of people, hence why he's getting the reactions that he's getting. So I couldn't care less if he was 50, if he can still you and he's doing what he's doing.
Age ain't nothing but a number, baby. Yeah. Also, this is from the same guy that made Goldberg world champion a couple of years ago. Like, what? Be consistent, I mean,
the same rule, to be fair, does apply when it comes to women in WWE, but that's 30. Ugh.
Oh yeah,
30.
Dinosaur.
Oh,
what a freak!
Just put her in a home.
He's such a freak, isn't he?
Yeah.
Anyway.
Well, good news. Moving swiftly on to my final story here, Andy. He's heavily involved in WWE Creative. Shock horror. I'm glad you've sat down for that one. Ricochet confirmed as much in an interview with Sporf.
Sporf.
I love the name. He said Vince is still involved. Vince is still talked to. He's still someone that everyone looks to, especially with creative. He's got his fingers in everything too. I think Triple H and everybody in creative is just trying to do the best they can in bringing out the best in who they have. They're trying to work to everyone's strengths. I think that's something that Triple H has always done. And he talks about WWE's creative wanting to grow WWE's brand and highlights the performers' strengths. They want to grow the brand as much as possible, whether it's Raw, SmackDown, NXT. They're trying to highlight the strengths of everybody. It's been great so far. Everybody sees the popularity of the brand now, so they want to expand it as much as possible. Yeah, Vince interfering in creative, shocker. Not really a massive story.
Yeah.
But just sort of confirmation of many of our suspicions.
The only reason I put this in the video was because there are still like some like groups out there who are like, there's no proof, there's no evidence of Vince being back. Like, conspiracy theorists, people who don't want to believe it. Well, there you go, straight from a WWE star's mouth. He's got his hands in every pie or whatever it is.
Also, watch 1 hour of WWE television.
What more?
Maybe not NXT because he doesn't care about that.
It's literally a perfect show.
What
more do you need, really?
No. It's one of those, isn't it? It's just something we've sadly had to just learn to accept again. And the best thing we can do is report that, hey, it wasn't too much interference and people aren't too pissed off. That's the best you're going to get, I'm afraid.
And we're not doing the weekly updates anymore.
No.
We're not sitting here every Tuesday going, he changed this, he changed this, he changed this. Only in exceptional circumstances. And I believe that this is pretty interesting because it's the first time a contracted WWE star has gone, he's doing everything.
Yeah.
So there you go.
To link back to our opening story, basically Triple H plans out an episode of Raw or SmackDown or whatever with some of his favourites, likes Tommaso Ciampa, and then Vince comes in and goes, "Let me see that. Yeah, we're not doing that. Not doing that. Not doing that." And also, just because he's not in the building doesn't mean he's not doing that. Yeah. He can do just as much over a Zoom call and virtually screw up the entire plan of the show.
Nightmare in a WhatsApp group, wouldn't he? Just the worst.
You'd just mute him, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
You just put him in a WhatsApp group and then secretly leave.
Yeah.
Just have it out in there, Vince.
Hope no one notices.
Right, let's move on to your Twitter questions at WhatCulture WWE. Of course, you want to get in touch with us. First question today comes from Daz. Apologies, by the way. I've been away, so if I'm just asking you a question from 3 days ago, please let me know. Morning, gents. Right, it's Daz. Morning, Daz. With FTR already aligned with Punk and Wardlow needing a new home, do you think we could see CM Punk finding Sean Spears and forming his own version of the Pinnacle?
Ooh. What, to like spite MJF?
Oh, can you imagine?
I've got all your boys.
I've got your belt.
Yeah.
He got that, didn't he?
I got your belt and your boys.
Belt.
I think there's probably some storyline material to go over there. I don't think it's a route they'll go down. I think Wardlow, what are they doing with him? I don't know, but I do think he'll continue down the path of Arn Anderson.
He lost the title?
Yep. You know that since Orange Cassidy became international champion, Wardlow has lost the TNT title 3 times.
What?
Crazy stuff. Absolutely crazy stuff. They need to figure what they're doing with Wardlow out, but I think he'll continue with Arn, and I don't think that will mean going into the Pinnacle.
Genuine question, who would you rather be right now? Disregarding the entrance theme, because that might sway you. Powerhouse Hobbs or Wardlow? Both been just completely botched, in my opinion.
Powerhouse Hobbs is one of my favourite wrestlers. I don't know.
Book them both better. How have you messed both of them up?
Yeah, I don't know. Probably, probably Hobbs.
Yeah, because he just has to kill QTV.
Really, yeah, because it's really easy for him to get back. He just kills QT Marshall.
I thought that was what was going to happen on the first Collision. It was just going to be like, murdered him because this is a new fresh start.
Also, he's a Punk guy and I'm a Punk guy, so there you go. Boom. We both love the Phil.
Well, interesting that you say that, by the way. I agree, by the way, he's not going to form the Pinnacle. I would down the road, I absolutely want to see another CM Punk faction, because like the Straight Edge Society was just, could have been even better, but was good in the glimpses that we got before it was, surprise, surprise, ruined by WWE Creative. But speaking of the Punker, Toby Wan Kenobi. Right, is anyone else surprised that Tell Me When I'm Telling Lies isn't a shirt on Pro Wrestling Tees yet? So talk me through it. I've just put this in because I want to ask you your experience of watching Collision live.
Have you seen the promo?
I've seen the promo.
Yeah,
I think it was, I've very nice. I've had a nice week out of the wrestling bubble. First thing I did when I came back was like, well, let's see what's gone on Collision.
What CM Punk said, counterfeit bucks, one Bill Phil. That should have been made a t-shirt the moment those words came out of his mouth. He literally said it 4 times or something in that promo.
That's why I'm surprised it hasn't already happened.
Yeah, I'm amazed. That's slack. That's lax marketing from AEW.
Did you like his Larry t-shirt?
I love the Larry. It's like a Roddy Piper thing as well, so it's like 2 birds with one, 2 Larrys with one door. Sorry, Larry. I love the promo. I thought it was incredible. The episode as a whole, me and Hamlet reacted to on the live stream, so it was a bit, I don't think it was a perfect show.
No?
It was good. It felt sufficiently different from Dynamite to me. I probably could have done with like a big hook to close the show. I understand that big hook was coming and had to be cancelled. I don't know if I should go over what that was, but it's out there on Twitter if you want to find it. Okay. So there was some reconfiguring that had to be done. Fun episode. I'm glad Punk's back. The main event was pretty good.
Yeah. Nice to see Miro and Andrade back in the wrestling ring as well.
Miro and Buddy and Andrade kicked ass. They're doing Brody and Andrade tomorrow, man. Oh my god.
I probably should know about this considering AW Collision preview coming your way later on today.
Meat-hedged.
Oh yeah.
Awesome.
That's going to kick ass.
Let's go.
Mad week. So we got Rampage. No one cares about that anymore. AW Collision on Saturday, and then of course Forbidden Door on Sunday, which we'll be doing a live stream for. So make sure you join us for that one.
And the new Military Gun album's out today as well. So
hey, love me some of that. Canadian Biohazard gives us our final question of the day. Hey boss, this was to you, but so you might have already answered it.
I think I have.
Who's the best headbutt in wrestling right now?
Oh no, I haven't.
Best one in history as well. Honourable mention to Adam Wilborn's kid when he accidentally nails someone.
Is it ghoulish to say Shibata? I think it kind of is, given the circumstances. But like,
it's fine because he had his brain removed and
just
will it out. Run on the hot tap.
Yeah,
back it goes.
Get a little squeegee.
Still strikes me that he would, like, having been lucky enough to see him kick Wheeler Utah's ass.
Yeah.
And then having him in that press conference afterwards, terrifying aura, that man.
Scary boy, isn't he?
He seems like a lovely bloke. You know, obviously very committed to it. Lucky to be back in a wrestling ring. Still, one shot that just goes slightly wrong away from going, I'm gonna kill you now.
Yeah, my throat is gone.
Best headbutt ever.
Shibata or Ishii for me. Consistently, Wardlow's one's really good for him.
I think Eddie Kingston could stick his nut on you pretty well.
Yeah, pretty damn well. What was the other part of the question?
The best one ever.
Oh yeah. Those guys, they've got the best headbutt on them, I think.
Also, that's tell you what I'd missed from wrestling. It's not quite the headbutt, but it is significant head trauma. I've missed really. Didn't notice how much until it happened. Andrade's spinning back elbow of doom.
So brutal, isn't it?
It's so like, thank God I've dodged it. Is it like a kick he's setting up for?
And then he just kills you.
Thank God no, my head's come off.
You know what, actually the best headbutt of all time, have you ever seen the Bushwhackers battering ram before?
No.
Okay, let's do it. Let's demonstrate it for the people. Right, so it's a 2-man headbutt, right? Here's what you do. You lean over like this.
Oh, like a rugby scrum.
So one of them goes like this, right?
Whoa!
Puts the other one's head under his arm, runs forward.
Hey!
And there you go. Bushwhackers. Baby, I just got your hair
That's
product
great.
all over my t-shirt.
Sorry, yeah.
It's alright.
Needs a lot of work, this.
Yeah, I can't really relate to hair products, but there you go. Bushwhackers, battering ram. There's your answer.
Great
yeah,
answer.
It's like,
I like that.
rest in peace to the big man.
Yeah.
Sad news. But yeah. There you go.
That's awesome. Well, yeah, let us know your favourite headbutts in the comments and let us know your thoughts on all the stories and follow us all on Twitter.
Share this video right here, baby.
And we'll be back later on today with more After News. See you later.